Okay, so this is for those of you who are still struggling with reflecting figures over a line and don't have the graph. So the notation for what we need to do is up here. We're reflecting ABCD over line M. Okay, so here's line M and here's ABCD. We're flipping ABCD over that line. We need to remember two things. We need to remember that when we're flipping a point that's not on the line, those points go to the opposite side of the line. They will be equal distance from the line at a 90-degree angle. So the line is the perpendicular bisector of the segment between the pre-image point and its image. Okay, the other thing we need to remember is that if a point is on a line of reflection, it just stays put. We don't move it at all. It stays where it is. So let's get started. So we're going to start by reflecting point A. Okay? So we're reflecting point A, and this is the perpendicular bisector of the segment made with A in this image, A prime. So we're going to line up our protractor at 90 degrees with the line of reflection. So here's our line of reflection. We put our protractor on it so that the 90-degree angle mark in this little guideline down here lines up right on top of our reflector line. We move the protractor so that the bottom of this protractor is lined up with the point, and we lightly sketch this segment. So we need to worry about it. Next, we're going to take our ruler, the perpendicular bisector. So we have the perpendicular lines now. We need to measure the distance with our ruler between the point and the line. Okay, so the distance between A and this line is 3 centimeters. I need to move exactly 3 centimeters to the other side of the line. So we're going to line that up, and 3 centimeters ends up being right over here. So A prime is right there. B is right on the line of reflection, so I don't have to move it. Now look at C. I purposely made this a little bit big because if you notice, when I line my 90-degree angle up on my line of reflection with C, my protractor is too small. This is going to save you a little bit of work. Now, I'm going to take my ruler, and assuming the factory did a good job, each of the little tick marks on my ruler should be perpendicular to the top of my ruler. So instead of lining up the 90-degree mark on my protractor, I can line up any tick mark on my ruler so that it overlaps my line of reflection. So I'm going to just pick 12. So this 12 centimeter mark right here, I'm just going to put on my line. Notice it's lined up exactly. If I look at my line, I can't even tell there's a ruler involved. I'm going to move it up so the top of my ruler this time, so the bottom of the protractor is lined up with C, and then I can lightly sketch my line. And now I'm going to measure. Well, the distance between the line and point C is 9.8. Now notice we're being exact. I'm not estimating it to 10. It's 9.8. So I need to go 9.8 centimeters on the other side of my line. So I can set up my 9.8 here and 2 here. So C prime is right there. I'm going to do the same thing with D. I'm going to just use the ruler again to show you that it does save a little bit of time. I'm going to line up my protractor. This time I chose the 9, doesn't matter, so that it's right on top of my line. I'm going to move the ruler so that I can sketch a light line, get it lined up correctly, over from D. So there's my light line. And now I'm going to measure the distance between the line and D. It is about 1.1 centimeters. I need to move 1.1 centimeters in the other direction. So line it up with 2. 2 to 1 is 1. 0.1 D. Okay. My final step is to connect A prime, B and B prime. I'll put B prime here, even though we didn't move. B prime, D prime. So I'm going to connect my image point. Connect my image point. I end up with a quadrilateral. And that quadrilateral should look like my original quadrilateral flipped over that line F. In a second, we'll be able to take a look at it. Go. Voila! Looks like I took this original picture and I flipped it over. I noticed A was on the left side of the line, A prime ended up on the right. C and D were on the right side of the line, they ended up on the left. C stayed where it was. Okay, one other thing to help is if you notice where the two figures intersect is right on the line of reflection.